I'm lucky to have Clinton Swaine on the call with me, one of my mentors, teachers, and a friend. And love the man, love what he's given to me over the years in terms of training, and always learning from him. And the YouTube channel we have going is Breaking Up with Fear, and I asked Clinton to share a story of him breaking up with one of his fears.
So I run a business training company called Frontier Trainings. And back in the very early days, I originally taught everything through games, but there was no costumes, there was no real themes to the game, it was just business related. And at one point, I did a carnival game and I dressed up in the carnival outfit, and the students loved it, and they wanted every game possible to have costumes. So I started moving down that path of having costumes, and the students loved it, absolutely loved it, actively referred people, and it just started to click. And after a period of time, I got to the point where I had 25 male characters, all teaching. And I was thinking, what would it be like if I experimented a bit more and went to go down the path of doing some female characters to have some more gender balance energy in the training room. And a friend of mine came over and we spent a week doing girl training. We went out shopping, we were doing makeup, we were testing on different clothing, all this different stuff, finding wigs, finding everything to make it work. And studying the body language intently to be able to make it work. And finally, the day came to actually teach on stage as the different gender. Now, I had two female characters. The first one that taught that she was a gypsy. And a gypsy, because it's archetypal, it's much easier to get away. If someone goes, okay, well, the different costumes, the big hair, everything else. But the next one was just a modern day female business trainer, basically a female counterpart to myself. And in doing that, I'm like, okay, this is a big risk, because what if the students don't like it? What if they got issues with it? What if, I could lose my database of clients because they don't like it, they've got some challenges. So we got dressed, went out there and did it all. And the feedback that class was good. The following morning in the debrief, I said to all the students, okay, what was your thoughts? And the guys were all like, it was okay, no problem.
What were you feeling before you asked them that question? What were you feeling going into that morning to ask them what they felt?
Oh, anxiety and fear that maybe they didn't like it, maybe they rejected it, maybe it wasn't what that I could have happen in the training room. I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. I hoped that they were supportive. It seemed to be, but I had no idea. So there's definitely a fear there that maybe I've gone too far, aimed to go too far. The males were all like, yeah, it's okay. We've got no problem. There was no issues by doing that. And the females all came and said, Clinton, they carried my faculty member, her name was Wendy. And the faculty members, or the students all said, look, Clinton, no offense to you. We love you as a mentor, or we like you as a mentor, but we love Wendy.
I remember.
Wendy's personality was kind and gentle and nurturing and supportive. You were there for that one, were you? Yeah.
Yeah, she was very supportive. She was just a wonderful person.
And so people were like, well, Clinton, we like you. You're a great trainer and you're a great friend. You're intimidating. We're scared of you, but Wendy's just adorable. We love Wendy. And so suddenly it opened up, and now I have about 170 male characters, about 40 female characters. This is now 14 years later. And it totally makes Frontier very different than anywhere else. But there was definitely a fear that maybe I can't go down that path. Maybe it's too big a risk with my clients. But in doing so, what it showed me is that if you are coming from integrity, that you're coming from focus outward on other people and making a difference for other people, yeah, you can take people on amazing journeys as a trainers that, most people would think you can't do. You can totally do if you build that trust and relationship.
What was it that made you take that risk?
I was open to experimenting with gender and identity of who I am. So I wanted to push my own boundaries anyway. But it's one thing to be able to push that outside the training room. It's nothing to bring it in front of your clients and go, by the way, I'm going to push the boundaries in a way that this is before even transgender discussions on television had happened. There was no transgender people even in the media. I mean, this is going back, 16, 17 years before it really started down this path. So it was breaking a lot of sort of morals and perspectives. And I'm like, since I was already beginning to explore and test my gender and my identity, because I believe we're unlimitless. I believe we've got so much potential of who we are that then I'm like, okay, let me bring in the training room and see if it can work. And it worked. And it worked incredibly well. The best way to go is to go through play to win. What's the code for that? Yeah, best way is to go through play to win. You can post a link later on the bottom. No, it's not. That was already taken before we could get to it. Princeton will give you the link. Yeah, it's a case of I believe we have so much of ourselves that we are not tapped into, that we have to find ourselves in a small box of what our true potential is. And fortunately, I get to go out and explore more of who I am in all those different areas through what I do. And then I bring that to my students, let them expand. And it really is an amazing experience to step into roles you never thought you'd do. Sure. Yeah, it helps break away being narrow-minded or being singular focused, because the world has vastly different perspectives from vastly different backgrounds and experience. And the whole idea of, walk in someone's shoes to understand who they are, yeah, makes a big difference. It is a full-on investing simulation of the market, of everything you're doing, from buying and selling real estate to starting businesses to investing in a whole range of other different asset classes, in teams, collaborating with a dynamic marketplace. There's nothing else like it in the world. I've been looking for 16 years and never found anything else like this as a training tool for you to work on deal making and negotiating and everything else. And you can find out more at bit.ly/ all in capitals MMVCG. Absolutely. Yep, totally. My pleasure.